What happens when one of the best marketers in the world sits down with a local massage therapist? In this video, watch me completely transform this local at-home massage business. You see, my massage therapist has been coming to my penthouse every week for about 6 months now. And finally this week, she asked me how I became so successful. So I told her what I do, and she offered me a deal. She said she would stop charging me for massages if I would help her with her business. So of course I told her I would help, but that there was no way that I was gonna stop paying her for massage. Here is the exact playbook for Selena's massage business that we came up with during our session, all to achieve her goal of owning her own wellness clinic with classes and treatments. Now, whether you're a massage therapist, a plumber, an electrician, or any local business, this is going to be ultra relevant for you and ultra valuable. So make sure to watch the whole thing and share this with a solo entrepreneur who might be struggling to grow their business. This is going to be the video that they need. Now, the first thing that I needed to keep in mind when we were going through this marketing consultation is that Selena's an operator. She's a brilliant masseuse, but doesn't know how to build websites or run marketing campaigns, and doesn't have a bunch of money for expensive softwares and a lot of time to manage those softwares. So I really wanted to come up with a plan for her that was going to be easy enough for her to set up and easy enough to run itself where she doesn't have to be in the day-to-day. So my goal was to find a plan and find tools that were either free or really inexpensive and very easy to use. And most importantly, I didn't want to create additional long-term work for Selena, like creating and running ads or doing a lot of outbound marketing. The entire marketing plan had to run on autopilot. That way, all she had to do was see the new appointments being booked and then get the job done. So with that in mind, I started off by just kind of going through the current marketing assets. Now, Selena had essentially 2 things to start off. She had her website, which was built on WordPress, which is great. And then the second thing she had was this Instagram account that was moderately active. She had 17 posts, she had verified the account. So this gives us a pretty good starting point. And I love that she was on WordPress. The reason for that is it's the best website platform by far for search engine optimization. Google prefers it, and it's really easy to optimize for specific keywords, which is going to be an important part of Selena's strategy. The other thing that she already had was the Sea Hands brand. And the first thing I did was kind of ask her about that. Why Sea Hands? And it actually is personal to her, the growing up with the ocean and shells. So we're going to try and make this work. And we're going to be going through the brand and modifying it and making some suggestions and changes based on what's going to work the best for scaling her business. The next thing I wanted to look at was the current way she was operating the business. How are clients finding her? How are they booking with her? What is that entire process like? And what I learned is that most of it's done right now through either email or WhatsApp. If you hit the website or you hit the Instagram account, you can message her on Instagram, you can come to the website, you can hit book now, which doesn't even take you to a form. Right now it takes you to the bottom of this page, so I have to hit book now again just to come to this form on her website. So you leave your name, mail, phone number, and message, and that basically connects you via email. The other option is down here with the WhatsApp chat to actually talk to her via WhatsApp. So there's a good personal aspect there, but definitely bottlenecked by her responding on time. And then there's also the issue that Selena's not a native English speaker. She speaks very good English, but there's definitely that chance of her losing the sale if there's any sort of language gap. So the more back and forth communication that we have to do, the worse of a chance of that happening. And then there's the issue of taking payments and actually booking. Now, I know this because I've been working with Selena for months, and every time she comes, I have to Zelle her. And Zelle's fine, I use it all the time, but it definitely adds some friction. It would be much easier for her to just charge my card on autopilot, or for me to go into a calendar and book with Selena and pay on the spot via saved credit card. So the Zelle adds some friction and it adds some complexity. So we needed to get Selena up on a more modern payment system and also a more modern booking system. So we didn't have to do all this back and forth. There wasn't all these communication channels, just a way for new clients to go see availability, see pricing, and pay. And for existing clients, for her to charge their card automatically and even get on recurring appointments. By decreasing the friction of me actually booking an appointment, it's going to mean more booked appointments for Selena and less time and less work on her part. The next thing we had to look at and discuss was the offer itself. What is it that she's actually selling, and how can we potentially spread that out to make even more money from each customer? So I know this from working with Selena, but there's really one offer, and it's that at-home massage, either 60 or 90 minutes, between $200 and $300. And there's not really any room for her to increase the profit margins on those clients. For example, I would be more than willing to pay double or triple that if she was able to add additional value. So we wanted to think about the ways that you could stack value for each of those appointments, and we wanted to make it really easy for clients like me to book a treatment and just click buttons to add those add-ons to increase the value of each of those client meetings. So now that we gathered all of that information about Selena's business, it's time to actually go in there, make some changes, and make some recommendations. Now we've got a good starting point here, but there's still a lot of work to be done. So let's get started. First, it's important to kind of set the goal with all of these changes that we're going to be making. The goal is going to be to increase the revenue per client while decreasing friction to make Selena's life easier and increase the amount of bookings, and also increase the profits per booking. But most importantly, we needed a way for clients to find Selena and see hands organically online. And the great news is, for local businesses, especially local businesses that are in high demand and rare, like an at-home masseuse, this is going to be so easy to do. So let's start going over this business plan that we put together for Selena. There's some really low-hanging fruit here that all she has to kind of do is sign up for these things and then start using them, and it's going to make a huge difference in her business. So we always start with the lowest hanging fruit, the biggest levers that you can pull with the least amount of effort. And those I identified are as follows. Payments and scheduling. We needed a way for Selena to take credit card payments easily. That way she could book recurring meetings with her clients. And for example, I see Selena every week. It would be much more efficient to just have a running meeting on the calendar that auto-charged my credit card every week, or for me to just go and select the date that I wanted and pay on the spot. So we needed that payments and scheduling platform, and we wanted it to be easy and free. And the one that I identified as the best fit for Selena was actually Square. It's very friendly to solo professionals like Selena that are just trying to run their business, and they're not going to charge her a ton of money to use it. The other reason I wanted to use Square is because not only are they a payment processor, but they actually do appointments as well. So you can set up your appointment calendar right there within Square, set your pricing, get a link, and now your clients can come in, book a meeting with you on Square, pay with Square, and all of this costs Selena $0 to do and is unbelievably easy to set up. All Selena has to do is come in here and get signed up, sync the calendar, add the product and the price, and just like that, clients can log into an app, see the calendar, and book meetings. And Selena can control a lot of stuff on her end as well. And as you can see from the pricing, Square free. It's for solo professionals taking payments and managing schedules. This is going to be perfect for Selena. Then you can also upgrade if you ever do need that additional power. For example, you have masseuses under you. You want to add a wait list, cancellations. All of these things are available with Square, and it's really, really easy to use. There's no reason to pick software that's going to be complex just to squeeze a little bit of additional features out of that software. Pick the thing that's easy to solve the biggest problem first, and in this case, I think Square does that. The next big miss here is a CRM and email marketing. So all of the people who are filling out that form on the website are giving Selena their email and their phone number and are showing interest in the business. So even if they don't book right then and there, you know that's somebody who's probably local, probably can afford the services, and might not need it right now, but imagine being able to just send an email blast to all of your past, current clients in Miami and all of the people who are interested with a holiday special or a couples massage special. If you're not saving all that information into a CRM, customer relations manager, then you're not going to be able to contact all those people in bulk. And this doesn't need to be hard, it doesn't need to be expensive. So for the CRM and email marketing, for Selena, I chose MailChimp. It's the easiest to get started, and there's a really strong free plan. So if I come into pricing in MailChimp, and this is an Intuit product, by the way, it syncs really well with everything, there's a pretty generous free email plan. Now, this doesn't come with SMS, it only limits you to 500 contacts, but at that point you can start paying, and it's unbelievably affordable. This will let you send 1,000 emails per month or 500 emails per day. And for a solo practitioner, that usually gets the job done. But most importantly, it's a really, really easy software to use. Now, the next important thing here that she didn't even think about was her business address. She was still using her home address, her uncle's home address, as her business address. And that's not going to fly with business banking. It's not going to scale very well, especially because you don't want people knowing where you live if you're an at-home masseuse and you don't have a physical office location. And she didn't know what to do about that, so she put some random address. So we actually are going to get her set up here. FloridaRegisteredAgent.com. This is the same service that I use to hide my actual address. And they collect mail for me. It's a business address that I can use on Sunbiz. And it's unbelievably affordable at only $35 per year. Now you can set up a Google My Business. Now you can set up Square payments. And regardless of if you move or if your grandma moves, your business address will not change. So there's lots of services like this. I like this one. It's really easy to use, really affordable. They collect all my mail. They forward me the important stuff. I can just log in and check. It's a really easy platform to use. And by the way, if you're watching this and you're starting with nothing and you don't have a website and you don't have an LLC, the legal document that makes you an official business, Florida Registered Agent is also a really affordable way to file your LLC. If you don't know what to choose and you need some additional help, obviously you don't need to pay someone to file your LLC. You can just go to Sunbiz, file your LLC, and it'll pop right up. But you do need your LLC and an EIN number in order to open a business bank account. Without that, none of the rest of this is possible. Once you got all that sorted, we went ahead and got Selena set up with SquareUp. This is the Square platform where you can start taking credit card payments and setting up your appointment calendar. And as you can see, Selena has not done this part yet, but this is a really straightforward interface on how to connect your bank account, get your hardware if you want to take payments in person. This is like a credit card terminal, which you don't even need. All you need is a way to connect this payment processor to whatever other softwares that you're using, such as an appointment scheduling software, but in this case, it's already integrated. So now that we've knocked out the lowest hanging fruit, which is getting her set up on software solutions and getting her the tools that she needs to operate a well-run business, let's talk about the offer itself, the 60 or 90-minute massage. There's a lot that can be done here, a lot of add-ons that she could potentially offer that people like me would gladly take, and that makes her trips much more efficient because sometimes she's driving 30 to 60 minutes to see a client. If she could make 2 or 3 times more money from that same client, it not only saves her a ton of time, it drastically increases her profit margins. So I asked her, I'm like, Selena, what add-ons could we potentially offer? And the reason I thought of this is because that same session where we did this business consulting, I asked her to do sports stretching for me and asked her how much extra that would be. And she didn't have a price because it's not something that she had even thought about offering. But if that was a checkbox that every customer would see, I guarantee you a lot of people would check that box and pay an extra $50 to $100 for a 20-minute stretching session. So with that in mind, what else could you package into that deal and make additional revenue with? So what we did is just open up ChatGPT. And if you're just getting started or you're watching this and you're not sure what to offer as your add-ons or if it's even an option, or you have questions about any of the things that I'm saying on this video, open up ChatGPT and talk to it. It is the best business coach on earth. So what I asked is, what sort of add-ons can a home massage therapist offer? And it came up with all of these different things to look through. Aromatherapy, heat and cold therapy, targeted enhancements, skin and body care. So we went through these kind of one by one, and it's like, would I pay extra for this? Is this something we can even offer? And we came up with a pretty good list. And here are some of the add-ons that we actually came up with. There's the core offer, which is the massage, and I think that should be a fixed price. I hate paying additional for Swedish versus deep tissue. It should be the best possible massage, and they should do aromatherapy and some of the stuff like that as part of that core offer. But for add-ons, assisted stretching, she says she can do hot stone treatments. So there's a portable stone heater that she can bring. Exfoliating foot scrub, she said that's the most realistic thing to do mobile, actually come to your house so you're not covered in scrub. And then a couples massage. So is there someone else in the household that might want to get a massage with you back to back? And this is something that I've done as well. My friend Chris is staying with me this week, so he got a massage right after me during this session. Sometimes my girlfriend gets a massage right after me. So if you just ask that question, is there anyone else who might want a massage, back to back? Now she doesn't have to drive from location to location, and you're essentially doubling the profits for that visit. Now, these are just some of the ideas that we came up with during a very short session. With a little bit additional brainstorming and maybe talking to some clientele and seeing what they might want as an add-on, you can easily add to this list. And by the way, just coming back into that ChatGPT conversation, maybe you have a use case for a software that's different than what we picked for Selena. ChatGPT is an excellent co-pilot when it comes to choosing the right tools. You just tell it what features that you're looking for, And as you can see, I asked here because I'm not a massage therapist. I use much more complex tools for my businesses like Go High Level, but I wouldn't dream about like telling Selena that she's got to go master Go High Level. I want to find something simple. And I don't really know simple. So I asked ChatGPT, what's the best value software for a massage therapist to offer direct booking that accepts payments? And we read through its breakdown and some of the options and chose Square based on what it had to say. And I'll be showing you kind of how I'm using ChatGPT as we go through this breakdown as well, because it's a lot more than just choosing software and brainstorming ideas. Now, before we start worrying about marketing, I really wanted to at least talk about the current brand, the current website itself. And to have that conversation, I started by asking Selena about her clientele. Tell me about your typical clientele. What is their demographic? What do they look like? What are they interested in? And she broke it down and said, mostly it's people like me, successful, busy entrepreneurs in Miami, 99% men, most of which speak fluent English, some of which speak Spanish. And all of that helps me kind of paint a picture of what we should be putting on her website to attract that type of person, which I think, by the way, is a great target demographic to go after because I'm willing to spend a lot of money. I'm busy. To be able to just go and book and select add-ons, like that's perfectly cohesive with the plan that we're putting together. So let's take a look at her website kind of as it stands now. And I did the same thing with Selena. At-home wellness treatments, licensed massage therapist in Miami. We've got a nice video of Selena up top. This part's actually fine. I don't hate any of this. The call to actions, I don't like. There's two buttons, learn now, book, learn more, and book now. And they don't really take you to booking now. They take you to the bottom here. That should take you right to kind of the app where I can see the prices and actually schedule a meeting. And then learn more, like I'm already learning more right here. Now, some of the important elements that I think need to get changed right away. None of the words, none of the pictures are actually catered to her most high value and highest volume clientele, people like me. I see Mother's Wave. This is a prenatal massage. I asked Selena how many of these she's ever done. 0. How many women does she typically see that are like mothers or pregnant? 0. Why is this on the website? This is just distracting from the core service and who we're trying to speak to. Marine Serenity. What does marine mean? I guess it kind of goes with sea hands, but this isn't really teaching me anything else about the offer or making me want to book anymore. It's got these fancy flips that I don't think are necessary at all. I think we should simplify this quite a bit and also change a lot of these pictures. So these two are great. Men getting massages, deep tissue, introductory essential massage. So I get what we're doing here. We want to use clear language that really sells what the product is. So based on what we just talked about, here's what I would recommend doing here. Getting rid of all of the imagery of women getting massages, and mothers and pregnant ladies especially, and replace them with men getting massages. That is what she's doing for business, and that's who she's catering to. And instead of using words like marine serenity, tidal recovery, abysmal flow, we want to actually talk about the offer and describe the offer in a way that makes me want to buy it. We'll talk about deep tissue. We'll talk about the aromatherapy that's used. We'll talk about potentially the hot stone massages. We'll talk about the sports performance stretching. We'll talk about how relaxing it is. I actually want to decrease the complexity with all these fancy flip boxes, and I want to curate this section a lot more to who she's actually talking to and what she's actually selling. This section here, body treatments, I don't actually think adds anything, but even worse, this image of salt being rubbed on this man's body isn't cohesive at all with what the offer actually is, and I think it distracts from the actual offer and changes expectations. I would probably get rid of this section completely. I like that this section's talking about that it comes to your door. We got to get rid of these shells. Again, these fancy flip boxes I do not think are necessary, and they're actually distracting from the important information. Dual clinical and therapeutic expertise. Like, this is the important part. This is the important part, and it's hidden by these flip boxes. We've got this section here, meet your therapist, medical knowledge meets healing touch. Love this. We need a big picture of Selena here because this is a very personal thing. My massage therapist is a human. I need it to be someone that I connect with, that I want to come to my home. So we need more pictures and imageries of Selena here on the website. And this all has to go immediately because it's a bunch of pregnant women getting massages. This is not what we do. Now, based on what Selena told me that most of her clients are men, these should be 3 testimonials from men. People like to hear from people like them. For the testimonials displayed on your site, you should break down what your demographics are for the people that you serve. Maybe it's a third white, a third Latino, a third black. It should be black man, a white man, and a Latino man. right here in these testimonials. People like to hear from people like them, not the women, because we're not serving any women. So we're going to change that out as well. This is all great. I would actually want to keep this contact and booking form on this page, just make sure it's connected to the right things. And then after filling it out, automatically redirecting to that calendar. And if you're watching this and you're like, I don't want people to just book for their first time. Maybe they need to get vetted first before they can actually book directly on the calendar. That's fine. Send them to a booking form, and then Selena can vet them and then send them to the calendar. Now I asked Selena, do you have any additional pictures or videos of you giving massages to people, or you at a massage table and smiling? She did not, but luckily she did have some images of her in scrubs smiling. This was the image that we started with. And I'm actually using a tool called Fal AI right now to generate AI images. This is a really easy tool to use, by the way. If you just sign up at fal.ai, you can just use all these different generative models. This might be a little advanced for the people watching this, but you should just know you don't have to do a full photo shoot and video shoot in order to get really professional content for your website. She gave me this picture of her in scrubs smiling. I told her to give a massage to a man, and it came up with these amazing pictures that looked just like her that we're going to be able to use not just on her website. We're going to be able to use these on her TikTok, on her Instagram, on all of the profiles that we're going to be creating for her. So you don't have to do photo shoots. All you need is a nice picture of you looking professional and smiling, and then I can make AI images and videos of you doing whatever I want. And just to show you something really cool, we just switched the model here. We grabbed one of the images and I said to turn it into a video of Selena giving the man a massage, and it turned it into this video. This is content that we can use on social media that she doesn't have to go out and create. Now for the fun part, the marketing. We talked about the website. We talked about the branding. We talked about the funnel and the operations. We talked about the offer and the upsells. Now, how are we actually going to get new clients? How are we going to get traffic to the site, to the calendar? Well, this is actually going to be the really fun and easy part. See, Selena has a massive advantage here because she's in a location like Miami where there's a lot of money and a lot of search volume. She's in an industry that's a little bit more rare. There's not a lot of mobile at-home masseuses that are actually any good. So there's a lot of people searching for her, and there's not a lot of people to find. So all she has to do is be way more searchable, and then the traffic and the leads are gonna come automatically. So how do we actually make her more searchable? Well, the first step is to know what people are searching for. So we need to do a little bit of keyword research. Now, I didn't even know what the right search term was. Is it mobile masseuse, at-home massage? So I didn't even know where to start with the keyword research. So of course I came right into ChatGPT and I said, what is the most common search term for at-home massage therapist? And it gave me some of those specific keywords and key phrases. Massage, massage near me, mobile massage near me, home massage service. These are the high value keywords that we were going to be thinking about optimizing for. I then found this publicly available GPT, and for those of you who aren't familiar, ChatGPT has these pre-trained models. So if I'm looking for like keyword research, I can come into GPTs and see what pre-trained models people have already made for keyword research. I'm gonna go ahead and see what's available. Free keyword, SEO keyword research, and SERP analysis. This is a different one, by the way. I haven't used this GPT, so let's try it for the first time. Go ahead and start a chat with it. And this one actually scrapes Google for real-time search data. Now, the question I asked for it was search for the best keywords for a mobile at-home massage therapist in Miami to use in websites that have high search volume and low competition. So what I'm looking for is the keywords that the most people are searching for that are the lowest competition keywords. These are what we're going to optimize for so people are finding Selena automatically. Now, this is the first time I'm seeing these keyword results too, so I'm going to help you make sense of them. Mobile massage therapist, Miami. Mobile massage, Miami, Florida. In-home massage, Miami. These are all perfectly relevant. What I'm looking for is keywords that accurately describe what she does, have high search volume, and that hopefully there's not a lot of competition for. And if you want, there's a tool called Word Tracker that's actually like a good free alternative for paid SEO tools. I want to keep this as free as possible. And I can see kind of what these search volumes and competitions are. So as the GPT gives me these specific keywords, I can come in here and I can just validate that they are in fact kind of what I'm looking for. Let's go ahead and search for that keyword. In-home massage Miami, volume 55, competition 59. So maybe not. Let's go ahead and just try massage Miami and see what it comes up with. This is a good learning experience because this is what we want to avoid. Gay massage Miami, Nuru massage Miami. These have high search volume and low competition, which is amazing. That's exactly what we're looking for. But what we're not looking for is keywords that are irrelevant. We don't want Selena to show up for Gay Massage Miami, because even if we do optimize it and she does show up, that's not what she does, and we're going to get the wrong types of traffic. So with a little refinement, we came up with these top keyword opportunities: mobile massage therapist Miami, in-home massage Miami, mobile massage Miami. All of these have pretty low keyword difficulty and pretty high search volume, at least as of 2024. And they're perfectly relevant, which is the most important thing. So we then took all of these keywords and we asked ChatGPT to write a business description for Selena while incorporating as many of these keywords as possible. And this is the business description that we got. These are the keywords we're going to be optimizing for. And then this is the business description that we're going to be using on the website and on all of the profiles that we're going to be creating for Selena. So once you know what keywords to optimize for, the next step is to think about what the search behavior for your target clientele is. Where am I going to look for massage therapists? It could be Instagram, it could be TikTok, it could be AI, it could be Google, and Google's probably not going to show me your result first. So let's see what Google actually comes up with. I already know the answer to this, but I'm going to say in-home massage Miami because this is one of the core keywords we're going to be optimizing for. So what actually happens? We've got some ads on top. We're not going to be spending any money on ads yet. We don't need it. We've got Google My Business. These are massage therapists that are registered with Google Business. This is definitely something that we should consider doing. And then we've got Yelp. We've got Massage Finder. We've got Spa Theory. All of these are not massage therapists. They're lists and directories of spas and therapists to choose from. So these are almost always going to be the first results that come up. So what our goal should be for optimizing for search isn't just to get people to land right on your website. It's to land on these lists and for you to show up on top on those lists. And the great news is getting listed on Yelp or Spa Theory or Massage Finder, it's completely free. So what have we learned? We learned that we want to get listed in these directories. We need a Google My Business profile, and we also need a TikTok and Instagram page that are optimized for those search criteria because people use those for search all the time. And all you have to do is have a profile with those specific keywords and you're good. So for the Instagram, instead of Seahand Spa up top, what I would do is use our highest value keyword. And then the rest of the keywords I would try and stuff into this description as much as possible in a really organic way. I would also definitely change this logo from this shell to the picture of Selena. Now her Instagram is going to be optimized for search, and you're going to want to do the same thing for all of the other social media platforms. TikTok, YouTube. The more that you do, the better your link profile becomes. And then we want to get listed on all of these directories. We need a good, attractive picture of Selena that's going to generate clicks. We need to use an SEO optimized description, and we just need to go one by one, signing up for all of these directories, which are 90% of the time going to be free. Probably the most important asset for like directories and being findable is the Google My Business. So if you guys don't already have one of these, you can just type in Google My Business and it's going to take you to sign up for one of these free profiles. It's going to say start now, and you can just run through and create a profile. You don't even need a physical address. After all, Selena is a remote mobile massage therapist. She doesn't have a physical business address. You don't need one in order to show up on Google My Business, but this is absolutely necessary for people searching for a mobile massage therapist in Miami. This is one of the first things that's going to show up, not just on Google, but by other AI platforms that are also trying to find what Google My Business is showing. And then the other really important reason to have a Google My Business is the reviews. As a massage therapist or any solo professional, one of the first things somebody's going to do before booking with you is check your reviews, check what other people are seeing. And it's not enough to have testimonials on your website. People don't necessarily believe those, but Yelp reviews, Google reviews, those are insanely important. So here are the keywords that we settled on. We've got her business description here that she's going to use when she signs up for all of these business directories. We've got that new AI generated image of her smiling, giving a massage that looks really clean and I think is going to generate a lot of clicks. We're going to edit the website to optimize for these keywords. We're going to do that in WordPress and Yoast inside of WordPress. It looks like Selena is using Rank Math instead of Yoast. So again, you just have to come in and input your core keywords and then just make sure that your homepage and whatever pages you're optimizing for are in fact keyword optimized. We're not going to do that in this video because that is quite time consuming. I'm going to leave that to Selena's website team. But just by doing all of those items that I listed, which are all essentially free, we're going to be able to 10x Selena's business. We're going to increase the value per client. We're going to decrease the friction, and we're going to create a marketing system that requires zero effort on Selena's part. We're where people should just be finding her organically. And if that doesn't work, or she's ready to scale up and get even more traffic, then we can start talking about putting some money into paid ads, into Google My Business sponsorships. There's a lot of other options out there, but we need to have the basics set up first. So this was essentially the basics, getting somebody who is not a marketing professional set up with a proper business, with a proper funnel, with the proper marketing assets without spending any money. And this is gonna work whether you're a massage therapist, whether you're a plumber, whether you're a mechanic. If you're a local solo professional, if you apply these same principles to your business, you're going to win. So if you found value in this video, please give it a like. Let me know what you think in the comments. And if you enjoyed this, I'll do more of it. And you should definitely be subscribed to the channel. If you wanna grow your business, you wanna get better at marketing, this is the channel for you. Thank you, and I'll see you in the next one.